like everybody else, we are absolutely bored to tears, and just sort of a bit of a project. We've decided to rear chickens. Here they are. I've been assured they're all fertilised, so let's hope that's the case. And they're all going to go in here. So as you can see, it's just coming up to temperature at the moment. The humidity needs to go higher, but otherwise. There they are. Eggs are in the incubator now. 21 days till they hatch. It's day 1 of 21, and we have started to build a chicken run. Hold fire. So it took us about 4 or 5 hours to build this run, and we built it out of old pens and bits of wood we found around the farms. Update. Eggs are still doing well. I do not have coronavirus, neither does anybody else in the house, as far as I'm aware. Coronavirus beard is also coming on rather well, and yeah, here they are. Bubbling away. Oh, actually, humidity is slightly down, so I might need to go and put some more water in or something. So it's day 6 or 7, I think it's day 7 now, of the egg incubation for the chicks, and we are doing okay. As you can see, steady at about 52 humidity with 37.5. So just waiting. Tomorrow I'm going to candle the eggs, so we'll be able to see if there's any embryos that have fertilised and taken hold in them. Hoping there will be. I've got 30 eggs in there, and I'm aiming for about, really that my goal is about 50%, so fingers crossed we can get that done and have some chickens soon during lockdown. So let's give it a go. 7, and we are candling the chickies. So far I've done all of them, and I've just designated. So look at the difference between a couple here. So got 3 left to candle. So as you can see, there's clearly an embryo in there. Very well. He's done well. 2 more to go. Yeah, another nice one in there. Going well. And finally, yeah, there he is there. Can you even see his eye? Really doing really well. Moving around nicely as well. Very exciting times. So I'm going to remove the 2 that look dodgy. Which is that one, which is clearly nothing in there, is there? So you can see how much brighter that one is. There's clearly nothing in there, whereas the guy next to him, there's clearly something in there. The other one that was a question mark over was that one. Which, to be honest with you, I'm going to double check because I think there might be actually something in there. Question mark over that one. I'm going to go with no. I'm going to go with no on that one as well. There's clearly nothing in there, is there? No. The only other question mark was this one. The fat vein. There's nothing in there either. I think that's died. So those are the 3 that we've spaced the eggs out nicely. So out of 30, 1, 2, 25 have survived to the first candling stage. I've just cracked 3 of them, and they're all yolks, nothing in them. One had a vein through it, but a thick vein. If it's got a thick vein going around it, then it means the egg has quit early in its life, so therefore it's all dead. So yeah, we have 25 remaining chicks, and they're all very much fertile and very much healthy, so excited to see them hatch in 10 days time. It's currently day 14 of chick incubation, and I've made a few updates and additions to the old hutch, or the chicken run. So let me show you. Actually, I bought chickens because I got impatient and I wasn't sure that we could, all the chicks could be males. So it's nice just to have a few chickens to go in with the ducks. They're loving it in here. I then built onto the side of it a little run behind the electric fence, but a little run that goes through into my own made hutch, which I'm quite proud of. That's quite a good job. Yeah, they go on that. So the hatch built on the side for chickens to put their eggs when they start laying. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good job if you ask me. Pretty pleased. Right, it is day 18, or 19 actually now, but I put, last night I put the eggs into lockdown basically. So what that means is that the incubator, so they're no longer turning and they're just sat on a mat in there now basically, ready to hatch. I've upped the humidity to 65, which is a little bit low, but that basically entails that they should all start hatching in the next 24 hours. Well, 21 days, so 24 to 48 hours, but they'll start pipping and hopefully hatch. But fingers crossed. Also, whilst I was doing that, I built a brooder. So I got the heat lamp there, which will keep them warm when it comes to it. I might lower that, but it depends, you know, how hot it is in here. It's a conservatory, so it's relatively warm a lot of the day. And then I've got a couple of feeders here, which as you can see, I've actually elevated off the ground slightly, so they don't fall in there or go in there and when they're flicking around, they're not going to flick in there, see, like that basically. And then the same with that. That's also an anti-scrape, so the chicks can't get their feet in there and flick out the food, so minimal waste. But yeah, both of those you can buy from Mole Valley or whatever, as with that. But this thing here I actually made, so you can use a bucket, or depending on how many chicks you've got, you can use pretty much anything. Just provided they've got enough space to move away from the heat lamp if they want to, and also have the food and the water. So it's really good, really. But also what I like as well, the fact here is you can just keep on filling this up. They'll poo and wee on top of it. You can keep on filling it up until the end of by the time they're out there in 6 weeks or whatever. You can just take all of it and spread it on your garden or whatever, and that would be really good. Basically, really good fertilizer. So you don't have to empty it unless this is really stinking your wherever it is out. But you know, you shouldn't have to empty it. So we've just started having some pipping. You can see there. That one's gone, and also one behind. There. And then the blue one is also gone, the blue egg here, and the blue one to the right as well. So they're all starting to go. It's very, very exciting. And I'll keep you updated. But day 20 this is, so they have begun a little bit early, but we are very excited and bringing new life. So it is early morning on day 21, and we have chickens. They've hatched, which is pretty awesome. So far we've got 1, 2, just come out of them. It's literally just hatched. Stuck on his arse. 3, 4 so far. 5 are hatching. So I've got here, it's just hatching right now. If I want to go push a bit harder and it'll pop open. Which is good. He's basically out now, he just flopped out. And trembling all over each other. Popped out, they put the humidity way up. Another one popping out now. Just go ahead. Pretty much out, he's now throwing his egg as a hat. 12 that have hatched. So it is about 5 o'clock, day 21. The incubator's gone quite misty because they've pumped it. So you can see they've pushed the humidity up slightly. But there are 12 in there. So well, that is how we're doing on that front. There he is. Look how, what a rude awakening, there he is. I'm sorry, it's now 11:30 at night on day 21, and we've just moved all of the, well basically I wasn't really sure whether to leave them in overnight, the incubator, but I'd rather just get a bit of food and water in them now. There's still 5 or 6 eggs, no, there's still 7 or 8 eggs to hatch. I don't think one of them's gonna hatch. Judging by the look of it, it doesn't seem to be making any noise, no pipping, whereas all the other 5 or 6 have pipped, and when you pick them up, they cheep a lot. It was very difficult not to go in and out of the incubator, but you must, at all costs, keep the incubator shut, because as soon as the humidity goes down, then if they've pipped, the membrane of the egg will dry out, and it could trap the chick inside the egg. You're not supposed to help at all, but there was one which basically pipped 36 hours ago, and had no further. He was cheeping away, and I think the membrane might have dried out. So I literally just very carefully with a pair of tweezers unzipped the shell for him and let him do the work on the membrane. So he still, because if you do help and you break that membrane, they can bleed out. But if you, as long as you're very careful, but I just do not recommend it at all. And it should only be a last resort, which this was. But the other thing they use that helps them with is their legs. They push out with their legs. So I did help him briefly, but then he pushed himself out. But all the others were very, very healthy, and they're now happily in their new brooder. So they're 17 so far out of 25. So here they are, food and water right beside them. They've already had a bit of feed and a drink. I've seen a couple of them going, but once one's had them, they'll all go for it. So you see a mixture of Australorps and I'm not sure what the other ones are. I've got a bit of a mix, but one thing you mustn't worry is when they're sort of like this chap here, they do look a little bit like they're dead, but I can promise you they're not. They're alive. They just sort of flop because they're exhausted from a very big day, but they're happy. And if you're worried that they're not drinking or eating, just take one of their beaks and just, like this little chap here, and just literally just dip his beak in. Okay, and then he'll teach all the others that the water's there. So you can see them all very curiously. These golden fluffy ones with the stripes down their backs, I'm not sure what breed they are again, but they seem to be much stronger, bigger chickens. So day 22, and all but, so 25 made it this far, and so far 23 have hatched. The vast majority are in there now, so there's 18 in there, and there's 5 more in the incubator that hatched overnight, so those sort of late hatches, but then there's 2 which just I don't think are going to hatch. They haven't even pipped, and they're just sort of sat there, not cheaping or anything. So hey ho, I think 23 out of 25 is pretty good for a first effort. But basically, yeah, that's the story of it. A lot of things that I sort of learned along the way, and be more than happy to share with you them if you've got any questions in the comments. But yeah, first time, pretty easy. I used a Brinzy incubator, and you know, so it was pretty straightforward process. But there they are, and they're pretty happy. So I hope you enjoyed the sort of 3-week journey that I've just gone on. But it was bloody exciting actually when they all started hatching. It really was. It was well worth the wait, and it's all just cracked up to be in terms of watching them hatch out. To be honest with you, the future of these guys, I'm going to obviously keep all the hens. I'm going to keep 2 cockerels because I think there's probably going to be, I'm going to have a flock of about between 18 and 19 shared chickens, so 2 cockerels, you know, provided they don't fight too much, or preferably at all. I may well keep the best 2, but yeah, other than that, I may, you know, fatten the cockerels and use them for meat. There they are. Weeks. I'm going to do another video from here till they sort of release with the flock, so that'll be what, 6 to 8 weeks, I guess. I'm going to move them into a bigger enclosure once they've outgrown, once they start sort of escaping out of here, because they will start sort of perching up on the edges here. And I hope you enjoyed the 3 week process. Do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.